Oh my god, I didn't get you a sash. Wait, not a sash. What do I mean? Corsage.
Corsage and a limo.
I don't need a limo.
Hey,
That's an American
you
thing.
want to get it tonight?
Taxi!
Hi!
Hello.
Welcome back to A Story Worth Telling.
Yay!
This week, we have decided to shake things up.
They
We
just signed in for some Corbyn bashing. No, not Corbyn. What's his name? Corden.
Yeah, that's a different matter.
Oh, Jeremy. Anyway,
As you can see, we are very dressed up today, and we're going to the prom.
can you guess who tied their own tie?
No, I don't need a timeline. It's fine.
Well, it does look better than mine. It's scruffy.
Yes.
Anyway,
We went to
we
a
thought
prom.
we'd dress up.
Have you ever been to a prom?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have. I went to a disco. It wasn't really the same thing, innit? As you may have noticed, this week we're shaking things up and we decided to do what we think is like
Terrible.
we think it's bad representation, basically. Not great queer representation.
It's so bad.
It's awful. Obviously, if you disagree, let us know, and I'm sure we'll start a ruckus on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Love a ruckus.
You know, it's always nice to like talk about these things, review them, and
Yes.
and we'll give our reasons. But I remember when I watched this film and I was like, oh my god, like what is happening right now?
As a film, it's kind of a cute concept.
A cute concept, yes.
Done badly.
Execution, is a solid F.
Yeah, that's a bottom tier execution.
Although it's like, because Nicole Kidman in this film for me is like, I love her. I just love her. And she's fantastic. And Andrew Rannells in this film is great too. Meryl, obviously. But it's just
James.
James.
What were you
Yeah.
thinking?
So anyway, let's get into it.
Let's do it, yeah.
From the moment I first stepped into FDR's shoes, and when I say shoes, I mean wheelchair, there is no difference between the President of the United States and a celebrity. The power to change the world. Let's talk process. When I'm in character, I go insane.
I'm just trying to like insert myself into James's mind.
Oh, really?
Into his mind only.
You go inserting, girl.
The way he performs this is like he got the script and he's like, okay, the character's gay. How do I sound gay?
Yeah. It's like a caricature. Or a mocking. I think it's a really difficult area because I don't want to offend anyone who is, you know, an effeminate gay man or someone who does sound like that or acts like that, because absolutely we should be embracing of everyone's identity regardless of how they sound or look or act, you know. That's fine. That if it's who you are. But what I feel is happening here is that he has literally just gone, what's a gay stereotype? Oh, I know, a really camp, loud person. That's how I'm going to do this. To me, it borders on offensive.
It's like a cheap shot, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
because don't get me wrong, I'm a loud, flamboyant, like, gay man myself. But, like, when I watch that, I don't see another one being represented. I see a person making fun of that. I see a person who is literally... There's no depth to the character. There's
no
literally...
nuance.
There is literally just, like... It's making fun of, I think. It's really like...
Really coming for him. He literally said two things. I'm like, girl, no.
Well...
What can I get you?
Yellow Mescal Blackberry Smash.
My condolences, Dee Dee.
Who are you?
Trent, Oliver.
Oh.
We've done 5 shows together.
Won't shut up about it.
Oh.
Everything he does is just like so over the top. I love Andrew Rannells, but I'm actually shocked that he agreed to do this film, because he is a gay man and he's amazing. He's an incredible actor.
But what's funny is that he is absolutely nothing like James is there.
That's the thing. When you compare the two, you've got one person who's actually a gay man in real life, who's also, I think, from this film being a gay character as well, but performing he's not performing gay. He's just being.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and it's not like, and then you hear what James is saying, and you're like, that is just, I don't know.
It's really jarring, isn't it? He could be a camp character, fine, but he doesn't have to be gay and camp, because then when you combine those two things together, it becomes a stereotype.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean now.
You know?
I see what you mean. I feel like they're just kind of like, it's like they're trying to kind of drain everything they can from what it means to have a stereotypical gay character in a film, and that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, having a gay person in a film, whether that's the actor or the character, should not be a bonus, but should be a great addition to a story, not something that you kind of use, and then by the end of it, it's kind of like, just feels like it's been absolutely abused, and everyone who's watching it is like, you've just kind of like,
It's not even funny.
you've just used up a stereotype.
God, the music is crap.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about the songs either on this film.
Well, I watched it. I don't remember any of them. There's quite a nice song in the end credits, from what I remember.
When it's over.
Yeah.
When I don't have to watch
the film
anymore.
is gone, and that song is quite good.
The state's attorney wants us to hold an inclusive prom, yes. Best reflects America's values.
Well, this isn't America. This is Indiana.
This is America, and everyone gets to have an opinion, just like you.
My son will not be forced to go to a homosexual prom.
Thank you, Barbara.
It's really, I think what's also annoying about this film is that, like, it's coming back to what you talked about the story. Like, it's actually a really good story, and it's a shame almost that, like, a film about this LGBT specific storyline, which we've kind of seen in the news a lot, is happening, you know, in certain places, and there's kind of like these problems with prom and stuff. It's a really good story to be about that, and then to have like that character, and I know we keep focusing on that character, but like,
Yeah.
it feels almost like an absolute betrayal, like a slap. It's just, I don't know. It's a letdown. It's a letdown because it's a great story, but I feel like it just hasn't been done the right way.
It's challenging because if you're someone who's part of like a non-gay, non-queer audience watching this, then you see a stereotyped gay character.
Yeah.
And if you're a gay queer person watching this, you see a character that like is a total disconnect from what we all experience to be being gay.
This problem that whether or not she can bring her girlfriend to prom is actually kind of a little bit like just sort of glittered over, and it's kind of like, oh, it all ends well and it's fine, it's not a big problem because we can have her sing a song. It's actually, that's not just a simple like thing. That is like an actual like problem that people face, and it doesn't end well.
I feel like they should just have taken Meryl and James out of the
I don't necessarily think it needed to have been like the absolute happy days musical that it is, because there's not really a point in this film where like I think, oh, it really does get serious now. Like, it just genuinely feels kind of like it's talking about an issue, but it's just kind of, you know, oh, it's fine, like put a bit of showbiz on it. And it's like, well,
Nothing says family like a Sears family portrait.
Wait, is there booze in this?
There sure is.
Okay, it's official. I love you. You're the cool grandmother I never had. What happened with Emma?
When Emma came out, oh, they could not handle it.
To bad parents and their broken progeny. Oh, I wasn't talking about her.
You got kicked out too?
Well, I left before they could do that.
So the only nice dress I have is this.
Wow. Okay.
You know what? I don't actually mind that. But then, and now the story moves on.
it just doesn't feel genuine. I don't know what it is.
For me, this is someone who is trying to empathize with being a gay person and that experience, and trying to like bring the assumed emotions that come with that to this performance, but having had no experience of that at all doesn't do it justice.
Yeah.
And that's why it feels odd, because you're like,
yeah,
I think he could be upset about the fact that it's raining on his birthday in that scene. Like, it really could be anything. Not that he was, you know, he had to run away from home because he wasn't accepted by his parents for being himself. Like,
I think a really important discussion that obviously we should, I think it's right to bring up here is the sort of gay actors and parts thing. And I think it'd be really great to hear from you guys and what you think about this, because
it's a hot topic.
It's a very hot topic, and I think we're on the same page in which I strongly think that we should be giving gay parts to gay actors, because there's a degree of authenticity that can be understood when a gay actor is doing that part. But also it's a matter of like accessibility and years of history in which gay people have not been able to, not even been allowed to get a straight part sometimes, or they've lost their careers from coming out and never been able to get a straight part, and straight people have been able to take all these parts, and it comes down to a lot of that. So it's the mixture of the two in my mind. And actually I think there's something almost really rewarding giving queer actor a part that they may have never got before that is also queer, and they're allowed to go free with it, and suddenly you see a whole realm of like performance in which you wouldn't have necessarily got, if you're giving it to, that person out there. And I just think I do think it's fair that way, and
I agree with you. I think it's also like a bit of a kind of spectrum. It's not to say that a straight person can't play a gay role well, but when they don't play it well, it really is very, very bad.
Absolutely. And we're talking, we on this channel, we talk about representation, and I think this is a bold example of where representation has gone wrong. And
in a movie that came out last year.
Yeah, totally. And I think this would have had better representation part of it is if it had been a gay person playing that part. There's a problem with bad representation as well, is that when you have bad representation shown to enough people, it doesn't help a cause. Mocks gay people or almost creates a parody of them. It kind of furthers a stereotype that it's okay to, make fun of gay people that way, or it's okay to, and that's not a good thing.
Hi, Barry.
No, you don't get to do this, okay? You don't get to show up.
I came all this way, Barry.
Well, you can just turn around and go right back, okay?
I handled this all wrong, honey. And I'm so sorry. Your father and I, we were scared. We hardly knew what gay meant.
So it's okay now. What I needed was a mother who didn't know if it was okay, but loved me anyway. You think you were scared? How'd you think I felt?
I was wrong. And I'm sorry.
What about Dad? Is he here?
He's not there yet.
I missed you.
Really need a comment.
It's just
I don't know whether it's like bad scripting. I think he's not a great actor, which doesn't help.
I don't think he's a great actor either.
Like, he was great in Gavin and Stacey, where he was able to write it and like be this like laddie character. I mean, that was him. Like, he performed that so well because that was basically him.
I couldn't, and that's another example. I couldn't be that character, and if I tried to be that character, it would be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a vice versa thing. It's like, he must have known. There must have been a day when you get on set and he was like, look, I'm going to be real with you. This is not working, and I can't do this. And I feel that someone else could do this who will give it justice. I don't know how honestly, I don't know how they got past, like, they got past all the filming, edited it, and then weren't like, nothing's wrong.
Why are you here? We have a lot to talk about. There is one thing that matters to me more than anything else.
You are my daughter. I have loved you since the moment I laid eyes on you, and that is never going to change.
It's idealistic. In an ideal world, we would all like that, and I think it's great to promote that. But it's also unrealistic. Like, the fact that you've got this happy-go-lucky prom thing, both make, And I don't want to sound like negative and putting down, but I'm just like, to me, that doesn't represent. That's not like
gimmicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they jump into a dance number, and it's like,
well, it's a musical.
Totally, but then like you can watch musicals and still have a degree of like sincerity. I think
as humans, we're so good at communicating, and I think when you see something that isn't genuine, you just feel it. You feel that it's just not. It's not real.
Yeah.
And I think as much as they thought they could probably get away with it in this movie with James, I don't think they've really succeeded there. I mean, you could argue that, you know, for different audiences, they probably wouldn't notice. I'm not sure. But certainly as gay men watching a straight man trying to play a gay man,
it surprises me.
Shit.
It surprises me that Ryan Murphy can create something like this and then also do something like Pose.
Very, very odd, isn't it?
Yeah, like
very, very odd.
I don't understand that. So how can you absolutely nail it on the head with one thing and then kind of just
completely the direction,
fuck it up?
Yeah.
Is this your favorite bit?
The credits.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this is fun.
Okay, that's enough of that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, did we miss the mark? Is there something that we just didn't?
Maybe we're just really pessimistic, or maybe we have our standards really high. But I don't think we do, because if you would say, okay, compare this to like God's Own Country. Okay, yeah, they're two different things. One's a musical, lighthearted, while the one's quite a serious drama. Fair enough. You can't really compare them that way. But authenticity of representation, of truth, positive representation that won't backfire, of all that, like, I think there is something to be said in the fact that like the casting was wrong, the story was a little bit wrong, the way in which it was portrayed was wrong and didn't really, I don't know.
I just think, unfortunately, even if the message is kind of towards the kind of latter end of the movie about, you know, acceptance and coming around to your kids coming out or whatever, I think that certainly for me, I was turned off like right from the start. As soon as the character was introduced, I was like, right, okay, he's going to play this.
Yeah.
He's going to play this card right now.
Yeah.
Like,
because immediately
all the other scenes, I'm like, okay, now I just don't feel like it's a genuine.
I was as well, because immediately I was like, this is coming across as mockery. And then I did think to myself when I was watching it, or am I being a little bit sort of internally stereotyping, you know, that kind of gay person, or am I being mean and kind of derogatory towards that? And then I really tried to engross myself in it and was like, no, I just don't feel this is good. This is good representation. And it's really good that we've done something that's like this, you know, like we did the Snickers ad and the adverts one, because we can create conversations and talk about it and see where we need to work on. And
there might be some people out there that's like, this is my favorite musical of all time.
In which case, sorry about it.
Anyway,
let us know what you think. Subscribe,
like,
comment.
All that jazz.
That was a fun night. Okay. Limo.
Taxi.
Bye.
See you next one. Hi
guys.
Us again.
Thank you so much for subscribing and supporting all of our material on this channel. We really appreciate it, and we couldn't do it without you. We just want to let you know. What are we letting them know, Josh?
So what we've done is we've opened up a Patreon account. For those of you who are not familiar with Patreon, it's basically OnlyFans.
Josh.
No, it's basically a way for you guys to support us, because we're full-time jobs. We do this as a hobby, and it'd be really lovely if we could do things like upgrade the camera and audio equipment, just because we know it's like not amazing. So we'll drop the Patreon link below and hop on over there, and basically there'll be some exclusive videos that we put on there. And what we're going to do, I think, is go for more of a kind of personal vibe. So if you want to get to know us a bit better, we can do some Q&As, we could do some things about like our coming out experiences, open to suggestions, of course, and we'll keep the representation in media, all that kind of jazz on the YouTube channel. But if you want some more exclusive stuff, then
join our
consider
Patreon.
joining our Patreon.
Absolutely. And we love doing this. We really do enjoy
we do.
doing
It's
this.
a lot
And we
of fun.
love being able to bring it to you guys and all the supporters out there who like our content and want to see more of it. So yeah, who knows what we can achieve.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks. Mwah.
See you in the next one.
Bye. I feel like we're in a limo right now.
What kind of limos have that functionality?
It's a horse.